Hey everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Today's beer comes from Deschutes Brewing. They're out of Bend, Oregon. They are sending their beers here to Virginia, so they're going to build a brewery here. And I am very happy. They make some very tasty beers, guys. So can't wait for them to break ground and get that started, but they've announced it's going to be several years down the road before they do that. So don't know why they planned that so far ahead. It seemed like they would get on with it once they decided to do that. So, but it is what it is. And here recently, since they started shipping their beers here, I'm able to get their beers, which are coming all the way from Oregon to Virginia, fresher than most of the other stuff that's at the grocery store, because it's coming in fairly regular, and evidently they're selling quite a bit of it. So I'm happy for that. This is a 6.5. This is their India Red Ale, and I'm pretty sure I haven't done this one before, and seen it at the grocery store, so we picked it up. It was actually in a variety pack. My wife picked up, and I said, "Well, I haven't had that," and so I stole one of these out of her variety pack to review. 70 IBUs, 6.5%, and these guys do a Best By day, which I'm not a fan of. Best By 12/02 or 07. 2016, and it's on the label. It's not digitized on the bottle, but the Best By dates are only for the breweries, guys. I tell you this all the time. Lets them put a longer shelf life on it, because we don't know how long they're giving us shelf life. Whether it's 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, or longer. So if I was guessing, I would say they were probably giving it a 3-month shelf life. So this is October the 2nd. November, December, I would say this beer came out sometime last month. For a 3-month shelf life, but I'm not sure. I'm just guessing on that. I'm not sure, because different breweries have different shelf lives. That's why I want to see the bottle on date. That way we know what the shelf life is. You can look at the bottle on date, and you can tell whatever date it is, that's how old the beer is, and you don't have to do some kind of guessing thing. So, not a fan of it, guys. And y'all know that these enjoyed by our Best By dates or best before dates, or they suck high titty for that. So, because you never know what the shelf life is. Well, let's get on with this. Commercial description. 6.5%er. Says the IBUs are 83 here, but it's got 70 here. So the IBUs are incorrect. They do have the ABV right on Rate Beer. Beer Advocate and Untapped both has it at 6.4%. And Untapped has it at 77 IBUs, so a lot of misinformation about this beer. Whether it's ABV or the IBUs or whatever, all these sites have got different information on it. So glad they're putting the IBUs and the ABV on the bottle, because you can't go by what these guys are telling you, because this is wrong. Alright, aromas of ripe papaya, apple, and pear meet an assertive bitterness in this India Red Ale. Calypso hop drive the apple and pear aroma, while the Cara Red and Melanodin malts balance the bitterness and lend a deep red color. Alright, that's all we need to talk about there. Food pairings for this. It says the cheeses are sharp, brie, cheddar. Meat is beef, poultry, and fish. Glass water, pint, bacaronic, tumbler, mug, side dill. I'm using my favorite tulip glass, solid beer glass, and not recommended for extended servings. So now that we got all that out of the way, let's get this in the way. Yeah, it's all about the beer. Alright. About a finger of head on that pour, up into the light. It is a deep amber color, almost to the ruby red color. Definitely a red ale, guys. Definitely has a definite red hue to it. And it's fairly clear. I can see the bulb right through it. So I would say this is a filtered beer. Let's get a nose on it. Wonderful aroma. Caramel, toffee, apples, pears, papaya, everything that they're saying in the description I'm getting on the nose. Wonderful aroma. Very nice. I'm ready to dive in. Maybe a hint of some crackery, biscuity malt in there. Let's do it. Cheers. Not your typical Northwest Pacific hops in this beer. It is not a hop bomb by any means. And them using Calypso hops, like it says here, drives the apple, pear, papaya taste more than the piney, grapefruity pineapple taste. To me, guys, and it's just my opinion, just my 2 cents, I would not call this an India red ale. From the hop profile that I am tasting and smelling, this is more like a typical amber ale. I don't know why they would want to call that. They throw that India red ale in there, and that the hop heads like myself see that India red ale. Maybe it's a red IPA, so it is not. It is definitely not. It's a red amber. Very balanced, but it is not a West Coast style red IPA, if that's what you're after. This is not it. Sometimes the labels are misleading, and this one is a little misleading. This should say red amber ale on the label instead of an India red ale. So very misleading there. So with that being said, I do think it's a good beer. It's right out of the fridge, 40 degrees. So let me take it out and let her have a sip, 2 or 3, and we'll come back and see where this one ends up. But it is not a IPA or a red IPA. Let me make that clear. It is not. Hi guys, I'm back. Got a little left here. Been sipping on about 30 minutes. Like I said earlier, not a red IPA. And that India red ale on the front may give you some inclination that it is, and it is not. It is a red amber ale. Now that it's warmed up, I'm getting just a slight hint of some pininess in there, but it's more of a red amber ale with a earthy floral hop presence to it. I am getting some of the apples and pears and some lighter fruit notes in there. A little bit of caramel and toffee. A very different style with the Calypso hops that they've used in this one. And them being in Bend, Oregon, usually used to him really putting some super piney, grapefruity, pineapple hops in their beers, especially if it has India on the front of it. And this one does, but it doesn't have the hop profile to go with that. So, not a red IPA by any means. Something a little different, like I said, but it's more of a red amber ale than it is red IPA. So, but very enjoyable. Nothing bad. Very well made. A nice aroma. And very tasty. Let's do the final chug. Nice caramel, toffee notes. but not the hop profile for a red IPA. It's just, and I wish they would not put India on it. They probably should put that it's a red amber. So that's where I'm going to leave it. I think it's mislabeled a little bit, or misleading anyway, than for what I've actually got here in the bottom. And like I said, they put these Best Buy or Enjoy By dates on the, yeah, Best Buy. Here it is, the 2nd of October, and they're saying Best Buy the 2nd of December. So we're well within that. I feel it's a fairly fresh bottle, probably no more than a month old. But I'm just guessing there. I'm not exactly sure what they give their shelf life on their beers. So here we've got another one here, guys, that I think is not an A beer. This is a solid B beer, and that's where I'm going to put it, just like yesterday's beer, right in the middle of the B category, 85 for me. Over to Beer Advocate, they say 86, so we're one number apart there again. And over to Rate Beer is not kind at all. They say overall 69, so wow, and 90 in the style. And 69 and 85 are a long way apart there, guys. So there was a lot of people that has commented on this beer that was not very impressed. And I think it's an okay beer. I think it's slightly above average, but it's not outstanding or world class. So I think their freshly squeezed IPA is probably a lot better beer than what this is. And even their Pine Drops IPA that I didn't think was quite as good as the freshly squeezed is better than this. But I'm a hophead, so what do I know? But I just think it's a little misleading when they put India on the front of it, and it's not an IPA. So for our final check-in, let's go over to Untappd, and they have it at 3.69, which is between the B and the B plus for those guys. But they have the wrong information. They have the wrong IBUs, and they have the wrong ABV. So whether they've done this beer before and changed the recipe a little bit with a different alcohol content and a different IBUs, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure this is probably the first time I've had it. I can't recall reviewing this beer when I did a bunch of that. I had one of my subscribers many moons ago send me some of their stuff before they started shipping to Virginia. And I did the Mirror Pond and the Red Chair and a lot of their beers that I thought were pretty tasty at the time. But my palate has changed, and with all the beers that I've reviewed over the last 6 years, what I may have thought was an outstanding beer at that time, not so much now, with all the wonderful, super hopped up stuff that's coming out now, especially stuff coming out of the Northeast here in Trillium and Treehouse and a lot of the other ones that's really stepped up to the plate. So, but if you had this one from Deschutes, their India Red Ale, let me know what you think, guys. Good beer, but not world class or outstanding. So let me know if you've had it, and come back tomorrow. Let's go dig something tasty out of the fridge. I think there's a tasty IPA in there with my name on it. Come on back tomorrow. Let's see what we get.